The Munich Putsch. In 1922, a nationalist party overthrew the Italian government, inspiring Hitler to do the same in Germany. Hitler tried to overthrow the government in the Munich Putsch. In 1923, the Weimar Republic was in crises. Hitler thought this was the right time to attempt a putsch or revolt. In 1923, things were going pretty badly for the Weimar Republic. It seemed weak. Hyperinflation was at its peak and there were food riots. Many Germans were angry at the French and the Belgian invasion of the Ruhr. And when the government stopped the resistance by ending the strike in 1923, discontent increased. In November 1923, the Nazis marched on Munich. Hitler's soldiers occupied a beer hall in the Bavarian city of Munich, where local government leaders were meeting. He announced the revolution had begun. The next day, Hitler marched into Munich, supported by his stormtroopers. But the news of the revolt had been leaked to the police, who were waiting for Hitler. The police fired on the rebels, and the revolt quickly collapsed. Hitler was imprisoned for his role in the Munich Putsch, but his trial gave him valuable publicity. He wrote a book in prison called Mein Kampf, or My Struggle, describing his beliefs and ambitions. Mein Kampf was vital in spreading Nazi ideology. Millions of Germans read it. It introduced Hitler's belief that the Aryan race, which included Germans, was superior to all other races, and that Germans had the right to Lebensraum, or more living space. After the Munich Putsch, Hitler changed tactics. By the mid-1920s, the German economy was starting to recover under Stresemann. As a result, general support for the Nazis declined, and overturning the government through a coup no longer seemed realistic. The Nazi Party was banned after the Munich Putsch, along with the SA. Hitler was released from prison in December 1924, and the ban on the party was lifted in February 1925. Hitler re-established the Nazi Party, with himself as supreme leader. Hitler changed tactics. He now tried to gain control through a democratic system. This involved restructuring the Nazi Party so it could compete more successfully in national elections. In 1926, Hitler held a conference with the Nazi leadership at Bamberg. He was worried that the party had become divided. Some members wanted the party to go in a more socialist direction. He made it clear that the party would only follow his agenda. The Nazi Party adopted a national framework and became more centralised. In 1926, Hitler appointed leaders called Gauleiters to run the national branches of the Nazi Party. Gauleiters were controlled by the party leadership in Munich and supervised district and local branches of the party. This brought every level of the party under Hitler's control. The Nazi propaganda increased and was centrally controlled by the leadership in Munich. This made propaganda campaigns more efficient. In 1926, Hitler re-established the SA and began to use them for propaganda methods. The Nazi Party created new organisations for different social groups. In 1926, it founded the Hitler Youth to attract younger voters. It also created different societies for different professions, the National Socialist Teachers League. These organisations made different sectors of society feel valued by the party. The dip in support for the Nazi Party between 1924 and 1928 shows how economic unrest was to Hitler's success. Hitler's ideology thrived when Germany was struggling.